grow through the tough stuff if we're willing to be present. This is true for living and also growing through the process of dying, of real loss, including losing our body. One of my favorite current books is by Frank Ossistesky, and it's called The 5 Invitations. It's a fabulous book. So in one of the stories he tells, he describes a homeless man. His name's Lorenzo. Lorenzo had tried to kill himself, and he was, Frank describes him as a really intelligent and educated man, and his life had spiraled down after his marriage of many years broke apart, and he lost his job, and he lost his health insurance when he couldn't work because of cancer. And he was a very independent, self-determined man, and this was the humiliation of finding himself sick and on the streets was too much. He didn't want to live. So Frank did an admissions interview with him while he was still at the psychiatric hospital. And at first he just sat with him really quietly for quite a while, actually. And this surprised Lorenzo. He said, well, you're just sitting quietly with me. Nobody's ever done that. And Frank said, yeah, well, we do that a lot in the Zen hospice. Frank founded the Zen hospice. And then he said, he basically asked Lorenzo what he wanted, you know, and because he was kind of sensing whether or not it would be a fit to come to the hospice. And without missing a beat, the response was spaghetti. Spaghetti? Well, we make really good spaghetti at our place. Why don't you come live with us? Okay, Frank. And that was it. That was the whole admissions interview, which I thought was really cool. So Lorenzo was alive he lived for maybe 3 more months. And during those 3 months, he and Frank developed a really trusting, deep relationship. And Lorenzo took refuge in presence. He named his fears. He felt his fears. They kind of had a space together where they could really be honest about what was going on. Started to change quite a bit. One day, and I'm reading now, shortly before he died, Lorenzo called me into his room and said, I want to thank you. I'm happier now than I've ever been. Bullshit, I replied. Not long ago, you told me you didn't want to live if you couldn't walk in the park or write in your journal. What was that about? Oh, that, he answered with a shrug. That was just chasing desire. What do you mean? Those activities aren't important to you anymore? Lorenzo sighed. No, it's not the activities that bring me joy. It's the attention to the activities. Now my pleasure comes from the coolness of the breeze and the softness of the sheets. I smiled. What a remarkable transformation for a man I'd met in a psychiatric unit just a few months earlier. We can awaken through living and dying, and it has to do with the quality of presence. So we take refuge in the waves. We take refuge in presence with what's right there. And the understanding that guides us is that whatever is arising, and this is whatever's going on in our lives, whatever's going on in this moment, can be a portal to awakening and freedom, can reveal the oceanness, can reveal our home. Whatever is arising without exception. Now that's a radical understanding. We tend to think, well, this kind of thing, that could be a portal. Yeah, when I'm on the top of the mountain, I'm seeing the ripple of other mountains, or I'm by the river, I'm with the loved one. We have our places, and that can be the portal to spiritual experience. But the deeper understanding is whatever is arising, that we can trust that if we pay attention deeply enough, we'll find that the sheets are soft. We'll find the beings around us have a loving that we can tap into. And this is described in terms of the Bodhisattva's aspiration, this understanding and longing to awaken through whatever's right here. So to cultivate a resilient spirit is to more and more sense that as truth. It comes in the form of an inquiry, which is, okay, so how is this sickness right this moment going to serve awakening? Or how is this challenge my child is happening that's freaking me out going to serve awakening? So it can come like an inquiry, or it can come like a prayer. Please, may this serve awakening.